Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
Rupert Murdoch and his eldest children are embroiled in a real-life succession drama that mirrors the HBO show they inspired, according to a bombshell report. The mogul, 93, is currently in a legal battle against 3 of his children to ensure that his eldest son and chosen successor, Lachlan Murdoch, will remain in charge of his empire and keep his media outlets conservative, the New York Times reported. The fight for power between Murdoch's 4 eldest children seemed to be decided when Lachlan emerged as the designated heir. But Murdoch is now fighting to extend his eldest son's voting power in the Murdoch family trust. Murdoch reportedly wants to ensure that Lachlan cannot be challenged by his more politically moderate siblings when it comes to the editorial agenda of their outlets, including Fox News. In court, Murdoch is arguing that having Lachlan run the company without interference from James, Elizabeth, and Prudence Murdoch will help preserve its conservative editorial stance. He says that doing so is actually in the interests of his liberal children because keeping his outlets right-wing will help boost the profits that provide for them, it is alleged. Murdoch was worried that a lack of consensus among his 4 children would impact the strategic direction at both companies, including a potential reorientation of editorial policy and content, the report said. The Times adds that he also wishes to hand Lachlan permanent and exclusive control over the company, citing the court's decision. The Nevada-based family trust holds the family's shares in Murdoch's vast collection of television networks and newspapers through the company's News Corp and Fox Corp. Murdoch named Lachlan as the empire's heir, instead of James, who was seen in the running for control, but who as a climate activist and liberal does not share his father's values the way Lachlan does. James, meanwhile, has notoriously denounced Fox News' embrace of Donald Trump and has politics that do not match his father's. He left Fox News when Lachlan took over. Lachlan is currently chairman of News Corp, whose publications include the Wall Street Journal and British tabloid The Sun, and chair and chief executive of Fox Corp. The trust currently has 8 votes, 4 controlled by Murdoch, and the remaining 4 controlled by the 4 children from his first 2 marriages. When Murdoch dies, as things currently stand, all 4 eldest children have equal say. The latest court tussle centers on Rupert Murdoch's alleged attempts to weigh the scales in Lachlan's favor. Murdoch's youngest daughters, Chloe and Grace, from his 3rd wife, Wendy Dang, do not have voting rights in the trust. James, Elizabeth, and Prudence, however, are fighting Murdoch's wishes in court, arguing giving Lachlan more power violates the equal governance provision of the trust. Murdoch, on his part, is arguing that he is following a narrow provision in the trust which allows for changes done in good faith and meant to benefit all members. The case will be decided in a trial expected to start in September. Sky News host Andrew Bolt said he would resign from News Corp if James were to take over following the Times report. James could sack me if he did take over, but he wouldn't need to. I wouldn't be the only one who wouldn't work for him, Bolt said, according to Sky News. It's a values thing. A freedom thing. I don't know if he gets that. Murdoch's decision to name Lachlan his heir has reportedly left him estranged from his next eldest 3 children. The Times notes that none of them attended his wedding to 5th wife Elena Zhukova in June. The battle for the Murdoch media empire was the real-life inspiration for the ultra-successful HBO show Succession, which ran for 4 seasons. Media mogul Logan Roy, played by Brian Cox, repeatedly battled with 3 of his 4 children Kendall, Siobhan, and Roman, over who would take over from him when he died. He ended up estranged from Kendall and ultimately his other children, with the character dying on his private jet in the final season of the show.